All right, all right. Welcome everyone. Welcome, Lawrence. Black Curls checking for you. Good to see y'all over here. Good to see y'all in here. Got Lawrence on the panel. Um, know y'all got to check out the precursor to this barbershop talk. So I guess we'll get in. We'll get right into it on what you thought about this my I guess my first episode of Black Widows of the Bible and story on Deborah. Good to have you on the panel, Lawrence.
Shalom to everybody in the chat. I take offense at it, to be honest with you.
Oh, wow.
I think starting it off with people talking about we need to do something about these Hebrew Israelites. Okay. Because I'm just saying, it ain't just us,
Yeah, no,
it ain't just us, you know what I'm saying? Other people say it too. Other groups say it too.
No, I agree.
No, I'm yanking your chain, man. I'm yanking your chain. Where's the curly one? How come he ain't up here?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know.
Him and Sigma. Because I'm ready for Sigma to start talking about some eugenics right about now. I'm just saying.
Yes, it would. It
Because
would
that story is a serious example of the need for that. I'm just saying.
Yes, it would be.
But
You rang.
There we go. There we go. The curly one has arrived.
Hey, look, Lawrence, I was skeptical after the last panel. You said you were gonna be Delilah on my curls. I was like,
Well, I mean, the only way to truly put any type of fear in us is to threaten us with a woman because we can handle everything else. But just
Oh, yep.
these crazy broads, we don't know what to do. I'm just saying. So
Well, not is it the only way to threaten, but it's also the perfect bait for the hook.
mhm. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because I mean, in all honesty, as men, let's look at it like this. We do the comic book analogy. We are Superman. They are literally the kryptonite.
Lois Lane is a kryptonite.
Yeah, but look, Lex
No,
Luthor
no,
could use Lois
that's
Lane
what
against Superman. Yep.
no, yeah, but that's what I mean in comparison to us.
Okay.
We're Superman. These broads are the kryptonite.
Look
And
at
see
that.
that?
Speak it to existence,
Maybe,
Lawrence.
maybe,
Mr.
maybe not,
Eugenics here.
Yeah.
maybe not for everybody, but you know, it comes pretty close as an analogy.
Yeah.
What's up, Dr. McCoy?
Yeah.
So
Sigma.
someone has summoned the eugenics doctor.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes. I have a particular mile and a half stretch that I need you to come out and review and give assertions about.
All right, we will definitely give it evaluation.
Mhm. But anyway, I'm sorry. I
You
started
good?
off just being silly right out the gate. I'm
You
sorry.
good?
But the Deborah thing, yeah, I mean, it can't be denied. I like the fact that because a lot of people don't catch it, like you said, that Deborah definitely had to call ahead to JL
Yeah. Yeah.
to set that up.
Send a pigeon or something.
Yep, that's a whisper network right there.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot of people don't catch that. They really don't. But
Yeah.
I'm glad you called it out because it's true. Because a lot of people don't figure it out. They just like we always say, they just read it and they move on to the next section. They don't give it any contemplation or any study of what that really means and how that could work that way. Because they
Right.
literally hounded him they herded him in the direction of her. To be quite
Yes.
frank.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. It got set up for that. Yes.
Yeah. And I found Deborah to be an interesting choice for you to start with. I mean, we got a lot to choose from, but it was interesting that you chose Deborah to be the first one.
Well, like I said, one of the main reasons why is because so when it comes to the church, it's like it's so many colored women that revere Deborah. They always say she was a leader. No, I mean she was a judge. She oversaw disputes, mainly amongst women, but her opinion became valued amongst the men because she had been very tactical about her approach to things, but she never really outstepped her bounds. She still consulted her husband in that. But these things like that never get brought up by y'all queens. I had a slide here
Yeah,
but
yeah,
these things never get brought up by them.
yeah.
So I felt that this one, I just this one I said that there couldn't be a better one, I think, to start off on than her.
Yeah. No.
Because of that.
I wasn't. I mean, it was. I wasn't challenging it. I just
No.
I just thought it was interesting,
Right.
because going back to what you said about Black women in the church, and I am focusing specifically on them in this particular instance. There were three. Okay, it is the judge, the foreigner, and the whore. Those are the three they always focus on, and that would be Deborah, Ruth, and Mary Magdalene. I don't know what it is, but them three they always go to for something.
Well, and not only that, Mary Magdalene, she was the queen. She was Queen Bey,
Yeah.
from Dolomite. She had the brothel.
Yeah.
she was right in the front to make the money.
It's interesting to me because, like, okay, if we go with each one of those, right, and we start with Deborah, like you did, Deborah is their way of saying we can be in charge.
Yes.
Ruth is the one for which they say we can go anywhere and be what we want, regardless of what anybody says. And Mary Magdalene is the one where we can do whatever we want and be forgiven.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. So I mean, other people might have other interpretations, but that's how I see it when I look across those three and what I think it means in their minds. You know what I mean?
Right. I got you.
Particularly with Ruth, Like her whole story for me is okay. You can go out and be ratchet, convert over, say, to the holy life, and there will always be a nigga to come and pick you up.
Well, well, well,
That's what I
well,
got
well,
from that story.
well, in all fairness, Ruth wasn't ratchet. Mary Magdalene was. Because in all honesty,
When you a
Ruth,
priestess, I mean, let's just be honest. When you a priestess, you gonna be doing some things that requires you to make some sacrifices.
Ruth wasn't a priestess that I recall. Ruth, the way I remember it, Ruth was married to an Israelite man. He died. She went with his mother back to their homeland, and her dead husband's mother showed her how to manipulate a relative of the family to convince her to marry him so they can have resources. That's how I remember the Ruth story, unless I got it wrong.
Okay,
I,
I thought at one point she was a priestess for the Moabites and everything. But
Well,
hey,
she
well,
was a Moabite.
she
That's what
is
it
a Moabite.
was.
Yeah, she is a Moabite, but she wasn't a priestess.
okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she was a Moabite. There was a whole thing with Ruth. There was they weren't supposed to be doing anything with the Moabites, but
Exactly.
but hey, lo and behold, that's how we get David, because she was his
Exactly.
grandmother.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Yeah.
well, in that case, then her story is an example of monkey branching.
Monkey branching and
oh yes,
manipulation.
without a
Yeah,
doubt,
yeah,
without a
yeah.
doubt.
She's monkey branching, and her dead husband's mother is manipulation.
Mm.
Well, I mean, because she's the one who taught Ruth how
Who
to do
taught
it.
her? Who taught her?
Yeah,
Yes, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, she told her who to target, where to meet him up at, what to do for him. What are the things that are necessary from massaging washing his feet to where to show up for food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her
yeah.
husband, her dead husband's mother showed her all that. So yeah,
Taught all the tricks she needed to know to manipulate men. Yeah.
and she had to, because again, Ruth was a Moabite, so the mother
Yes.
had to show her how to, because they weren't allowed to marry him, so she had to use trickery to convince somebody, because she would have been out there by herself.
Mm.
Yeah.
And by nature of her being a Moabite and being married to her mother-in-law's son, that makes the mother-in-law ostracized too. That's why they had to do that. Nobody was helping them. It was just two women on their own. They had to do it.
Hey, hey, it just goes to show how savage these women were.
But
Hmm.
if you listen to the Israelite bagoons, as I would call them, Ruth is the standard. Like they want them a Ruth for a wife.
They do. They do. Not really understanding. And that's what I said. They just read the story. They go, I mean, it's not even read the story. It's almost like they skim it and then move on
That,
to the next one.
that's exactly what they do.
You know what I'm saying?
It's exactly what people
Because
do.
in all honesty, and I'm not trying to point fingers or nothing at you, Sigma. I'm just making a point. That little exchange we just did about the history of Ruth, somebody who just skimmed it would have just agreed with you straight out the gate. She was a priestess.
Yeah,
They
that's
would
true.
they wouldn't have read the story to know that, okay,
Yeah.
that's wrong. We need to make some corrections here. They would have just said, oh yeah, that's true, because that's all they do. They skim.
Yeah.
They don't read the whole thing.
Hey, believe me, I just today is just like, hey, I thought this whole time she was a priestess. I just knew the story of the fact that as soon as her husband's dead, it didn't take her too long to go find another one. So, hey, that's the whole point of corrections. But like you
Yeah.
said, somebody would have took it at for a straight value, like, oh, she was a priestess and everything.
Yeah. Because
and
if I remember correctly, and Eisen, we do this back and forth. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but if I remember how it went, I don't remember how the husband died. I don't know if they ever said it,
I ain't
but
gonna lie, I had to go back and read.
yeah, but I do remember after he died, it took them quite some time to get from where they were back to where Israelites were, and
Yeah,
then
back
that
to
yeah,
Ruth's mother-in-law's people.
and then that whole thing with the mother-in-law showing her which relative to target and all that stuff. That took like a good year or two, if I remember correctly, to make it come to full fruition. Before he agreed to marry her or something like that. Um, At least that's how I remember it in my head.
Yeah.
But like you, I might have to go back and read it again. But
Yeah.
but at least it's in my head. You know what I mean? So,
Hey, look, Ruth put that thing on it before he put a ring on him. Before he put a ring on
yeah, and from the way the story reads, she never gave up any yang. It was just
Oh.
it was just all the stuff she just did all the stuff the mother told her to do. Which
Uh-oh.
yeah, I mean that's like I said, I
And
gotta
they're
read
still putting that thing on the steel. Yeah.
yeah. So like I said, I gotta read it again, but that's how I remember it. She didn't give him any yang. She just did everything her mother-in-law told her to do. And it was a variety of things. Serving him, like I said, the washing the feet. I know they pointed that out very vividly in the story, and all that other good stuff. And then between that, then you had the rest of the community start asking who she was. She's doing all this stuff for you. Oh man, she's the right kind of woman. I mean, I mean that's how I take it. That's how I take it.
A woman don't love you. A woman that don't love you ain't gonna do all these things for you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, Wagner. Yes, Wagner. All women are manipulative in all periods of history. Manipulation is the only way for women to gain power.
It's all they have.
Yeah.
It's all they have.
Manipulation and distraction, all these other methods are how you take power.
Yes, Rehanma, we do.
Yes.
We do.
Them hoes were far more savage than the ones today. Yes. If they were here today, y'all niggas wouldn't stand a chance.
Nope, not a chance.
And yeah, we should be highly grateful they aren't like the women of those days.
This is true.
Yes,
this
especially
is true.
considering you have with us having technology with internet and IG, for these women to be able to be seen and revered by men all across the world.
Yep. And as far as it goes for Deborah, man, and again, I'm speaking specifically about Black women. I mean, she's the patron saint of the independent woman. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. She's the because I mean, Deborah is the one they use. I like it whenever it comes to something about control or being in charge or being independent or something like that. Man, Deborah's the go-to.
Yes.
Well, you see how she led the whole nation, and you know what I'm saying? I can handle this and that. And yeah, okay.
and nowhere in there did she lead a whole nation. But now she did manipulate the system because of her ability to understand tactics and how to see cracks and apply pressure at the right time.
You know what though? Actually go ahead, Lawrence.
No, you first.
I was gonna say I've actually heard these preachers literally say in the pulpit that America needs to have a Deborah as president.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
I've actually heard.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that before too. That's some scary stuff, man. That is some scary stuff, and that's where you get nervous because it's almost like prayer. Okay, you call down the thunder without thinking your words out properly for what you're asking for first. You understand? You know what I'm saying? And you don't think it through, and then when you get what you asked for, it's not the way you want. You gotta like, okay, dude, you asked for it. Like this is how you asked for it.
After watching a lot of these Negroes, especially in the manosphere, they want this.
Oh yeah,
they want this.
Yes.
Oh, dude, they don't just want it; they're desperate for it.
They want the woman to be the representative of the manosphere, if not the president of the United States.
Yep. Man, look, I don't even call it the manosphere. This is the niggasphere, YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know, I haven't heard a preacher say what you said, Sigma. But believe me, it's not surprising to me at all.
Yeah, I
heard that. I heard that back in Brooklyn. No lie, I heard that back in Brooklyn. Yeah. Real is
New York niggas.
Yep.
But you know, I mean, when hearing dudes on here say, you know, oh, I don't think it's anything wrong with sitting back and let the women take control for a while. It's not surprising at all. They want to be beneath the thumb of these brides. But hey, it is
Yep.
what it is.
Go to 252 Stuyvesant Avenue on the corner of Madison. Big ass church sitting right there. That's where I heard it. And yes, I gave you the exact street address. You can Google it.
I'm good.
For real.
I'll take your word for it. I'm good.
Yep.
No, Eisen, you gotta do your research and go there.
Yeah, no, I'm not researching that far.
And the reason I know it is because 252 is the church. Right next door was a brownstone, 250 Stuyvesant Avenue. The church owned that brownstone. I grew up in that brownstone. You see what I'm saying? So I know I know that area. That's a real place. that's where I did high school and everything. Yeah, that place is real. So I'm not just making it up if people are questioning me. You know, you can Google it.
It's funny.
But yeah, like I said, I heard that in that church before. Yeah, I that's not the Sigma's not wrong. I've heard that before.
This is hilarious, and you know, it's like I said, you know, man, colored men are so on the program of colored women. The woman don't even have to tell them to come to her defense, to lay down for her desires. They just do it automatically. They don't have to be told what. They're the perfect trained pet.
Because it's almost like a nightclub. If you can get one woman in there, it'll bring other women in there, and since other women in there, it'll bring all the men in there. And then the men are thinking that they got a shot at a whole bunch of women in a tight space or whatever. I don't know if I'm getting the analogy proper or not, but it's almost like they want a female leader because they think that leader is going to bring them pussy. That's you know. Well, if she's here, then all the ones who will follow her will come too. So there'll be women all over the place, and we can go after them. I mean, that's how I see it in my head. You know. We say that also to pander and get more money from it. Yeah, I can see them saying it. I can see any of them saying it. To be honest with you, Wagner, I can see any of them, anything to get that extra dollar. I can see them.
Well, they don't have to say that, and also, you know, not only does the pastor get the money from the female members, they also get that attention, and you know, they treat the pastor like he is next to God, and they are willing to bend and serve and do all of this for the chance to be the first lady.
Exactly.
Emphasis on the bend part.
Yep.
Yeah.
And taking consideration what you just said, think about this. Those pastors are working in the female frame because they're looking for attention and validation.
Yes.
Instead of teaching and spreading the gospel, they're more interested in the attention and validation.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't say pussy, Lawrence. They're looking for that too.
Oh, absolutely.
No, that's all a part of it. That's all.
Yeah. It's all a part of
it. She gonna give it to him to get to what she wants.
Yeah, but starting out right out the gate, it's the attention and the validation because they want that first to draw as many women possible for them to start choosing what pussy they want.
And the money.
Yeah, because females are the biggest consumers in this country. There's no arguing that.
Yeah.
And Isaac, man, remind me later on today or maybe later on this week. I've already showed this video to Black Curls, but I definitely have to show you one of my older videos I did. The Disney movie Pocahontas. You will never look at it the same way.
You missed it, Eisen. Oh man.
Yeah, because I'm hearing this and it reminds me of something I did with that video where it's definitely a rabbit hole type of production because I can't show it on YouTube. But if you want to see Disney's interpretation of the Black community, just look at Pocahontas.
You gotta say that one. Yes, I gotta look at that one. Yes.
Yeah. But like I said, they might as well just make Deborah their patron saint. Just saying. They might as well. Because I got to tell you, they believe in her more than they believe in the Savior. That's for sure. So, I mean, it's crazy, but that's how they rolling. That's exactly how they rolling.
And that's what you just said, Lawrence. It ties into what Sigma, I think Kulin and I were talking about earlier. There's this certain dude who was on a certain stream, talked about female therapists and how he's more trusting a woman, even though he got screwed over by women. I'm like, these niggas are finished.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because and here's the funny part. Not to go all Sigmund Freud up in here, but it all leads back to Mama.
Oh yeah.
Because and people will argue that and challenge that, but here's the basic truth using basic math. If all the men have been removed from the household, there's nobody left to blame but the mother.
And you know what, Lawrence? The funny part is he did actually mention his mother in the stream. So yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if the fathers are removed from the house and these boys have grown up to be dysfunctional men, then let's talk about who they grew up around. That's the mother.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
Lawrence, you gotta blame the father for not being there, as usual.
yeah, okay. Well, let's play devil's advocate. Let's say I'm blaming the father for not being there. He should have been there. He should have did this. He should have did that, and etc. and so on. Okay, fine. We're done. Now let's move over to the mother. Everything he learned is from her.
No, Lawrence, stop putting accountability on all the women. How dare you, man?
Accountability, right? Accountability and responsibility, right?
But you know what, Lawrence? It's something you mentioned with Sigmund Freud. So Sigmund Freud is known for coming up with the penis envy theory,
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm starting to believe that at least within the colored community, I think there's an argument that you can say there's even the pussy envy.
I knew I was going to that. I actually kind of
No,
agree.
I would agree.
And the reason I say that is because if you look at the opposite end of the spectrum, especially when you look at the alphabet crew and everything, it's almost like these dudes, the way they carry themselves, the way they act and everything, it is to the point to where even if you were to start bringing more men back to the so-called community to try to fix things, the damage is so that it's going to take, in my opinion, decades or even maybe a century to even get rid of that type of mindset.
It can't be done
Oh,
because and I've said this before. We have reached a point of no return. We've reached critical
Mhm.
mass.
Yep.
Even if we put the brakes on right now, we've gone too far. We're going to go over the cliff. I mean, we've just gone too far. The only thing that will apply here is complete and utter destruction.
and
And
Sigma.
people might not like that, but that's the fact of the matter. Those undesirables, and unfortunately, a few who we might want to keep will get swept up in it as well. But that's where we're at now.
Right. And Sigma, you brought up the alphabet crew. Let me tell you this fact about the alphabet crew. There are more men trying to become more, female than females trying to become men. So that pussy envy point is not far fetched at all.
No, oh
Yeah.
no, not at all. Look, the men have pussy envy and they're trying to be like women, and the women have penis envy because they're trying to be more like men. Role reversal. It's just that simple.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they'll try to be like men, but they have to still have the peace sleeve there so they could, do the manipulation though.
Well, for them, they get in the best of both worlds because they can act like men and do whatever they want, and then when time comes and they want something or whatever, they can use the peace leave to turn around and be a woman again
Right,
for
have it
however.
both ways.
Yeah, dudes don't get that benefit.
And see, what gets me too is so I I hear some of these guys making streams talking about, the alphabet crew is coming after your children and whatnot. And I have to ask the question, okay, what type of children are they going after?
All
Because let's, well, yeah, all, but at least here in America, from what I'm seeing,
Who's the easiest
they're
control, Lawrence?
yeah, they're going after children that come from certain backgrounds. And what I mean by certain backgrounds is a lot of them are targeting children that have no fatherly figure.
Well, that's
Yep.
interesting because the stories that I come across on the news, there are father figures, and the court has
Well, yeah,
and the court has literally ruled against them. As a matter of fact, I think the most recent one was a week or two ago. A father who's been fighting with the mother in court about transitioning his. Well, I think he was 10 at the time. No, I think he was even younger than that. And
yeah.
and the court ruled against him and told him he is now required to pay like $50,000 a year to go towards the cost of transitioning the child.
Well,
I mean,
then the question,
they just totally ramrodded him. And I remember somebody saying something to me that about that being messed up, and I was like, dude, he went
but
to
see,
family court. He was gonna lose. He should have known
well,
that.
see, then that begs the question. That kind of begs the question. Then,
Hmm.
did the mother of his children exhibit signs that she was liberal?
Yes,
Mm-hmm. And
yes,
uh,
she did.
and look, Lawrence, in that case, the father was trying to push back. Imagine how it is where there is already not a father figure and it's just a straight single mother household, exclusively the mom running the show.
Exactly, exactly. Then that's my point. Because in this instance, the when the father went back and forth, like I said, it was like a year, 2 year case, and he went
Yeah,
back and forth. He showed everything. She wasn't all there. He showed instances of her getting treatment for depression. I want to say bipolar. I could be wrong. But he had a list of shit. Yeah, he had a list of stuff, and he argued that the child is the same thing we all do. The child's too young to figure out what sex they want to be when they don't even know what sex is. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then he had made commentary about her dressing him up, um, her dressing him up as a girl, yada 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 yada. Yeah, there's no question the mother foisted this on the child. There's no question to it. And
Right.
the fact, and like I said, I remember when he first started going to court, I was like, he's losing this, man. He's
yeah.
gonna lose because
And,
Yeah.
and see,
it's family court. Family court is the only system, is the only section
Unconstitutional.
in the system that, yeah, absolutely unconstitutional. They are not required by law to follow the Constitution or any other policy or procedure. They can make it up as they go. They have carte blanche, and
and see,
that's insane to me.
I'm glad you brought that up, Lawrence, because this is where I still put the onus on a lot of these guys.
Hmm.
Because my thing is this: if this woman is helping to turn your son into a member of the alphabet crew, then the signs were always there even before you place your seed inside of her.
Absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely,
And see,
absolutely.
that's the kind of talk that they don't want to talk about, because they of this belief that, well, when I was courting her and everything, she wasn't acting like this and whatnot. And it's like, no, no, a snake is always a snake. A
Hmm.
scorpion is always a scorpion. The fact of the
Hmm.
matter is, you didn't want to see that creature for what it is, and now that you made this creature into a mother because of your ignorance, you now have to suffer the consequence of, you have no control if she wants to convert that child into a snake or into a scorpion, because you gave her authority over your own seed.
Hmm. And
What
these
what
guys have no
what?
foresight on their end.
Well, and I was about to say that because here's the reason why they don't have foresight. Here's the reason why they don't have foresight.
Mhm.
The vast well, she wasn't like that when I met her and when we were dating and when we got married and yada yada yada. I saw no signs. Well, probably because you married her in 6 months after fucking her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
look, let's talk about marriage.
let's start right there.
Yep.
Because there's a reason. Look, we can talk about the boomer generation and the ones before them all we want to about different stuff, but there is one thing they did have on lock: long-term engagements.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Okay, you dated somebody for a year. If you asked them to marry you, the engagement was about the same amount of time, if not more, on some occasions, because you had to learn who that person is. You had to find out about their family. You had to learn the history of what they family. Not just meet the family, but you needed to know: are there any crazy people in the family? Any murderers? You know what I'm saying? Any of this, any of that, etc., and so on. That was a requirement before you were allowed to come into somebody else's family. So credit where credit's due. I give them that. They had that on lock. But nowadays it's like you find a girl. I mean, there are people getting married in less than 30 days of knowing each other, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's insane. And then you want to sit there and go, I didn't know she was like that. Well, of course you didn't. You didn't get to know her. I mean, it's just it's just insane. You know what I'm saying? It's as crazy as it sounds. You go to her house, you look in her medicine cabinet. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
you're
saying? I
Yep.
right.
mean, I'm just
Yep.
I'm just saying, man.
But
You look at her medicine cabinet. Yo, if you walk in that house and she's got her own box of condoms, dude, you know you're not winning this.
but you know what, Lawrence, this is why the series that Isaac's starting, it goes hand in hand, because you literally got dudes where a woman could just say, so to speak, oh, she's conservative, oh, she doesn't believe in abortion and whatnot. She can say the right words, and these
Yep.
guys will literally take it as face value.
Yes, they will. They would
And
Mm-hmm.
they would take it at face value. Yep.
and then later on down the road, it is almost like you mentioned before, the reverse roles and everything. Then later on down the road, they act in shock, like, I didn't know she was like this. Dude, have you been paying attention to her actions? Have you
Hmm.
even investigated her lifestyle? Just because a woman tells you something does not mean it's the whole truth. And I find it amazing that even to this day, you got these dudes on these panels that will literally be like, "Hey man, I still will deal with her and everything because she says she's this and she says she's that," and it's like y'all still don't get it.
Because
They program Sigma. They on that believe all women bullshit.
well, it's partly that, and it's partly because they're agents.
Yeah,
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I mean, I mean, I mean, it's a 50-50 split. It's what you said, Curls, and it's what Sigma said. Some of them are literally believing and bought into the propaganda, and then you have the other ones who are agents selling the propaganda. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
just that simple.
Yeah, and with our talk with Coolant earlier, is like, okay, these guys want to say they're conservative and do lip service, like, oh, poor men, blah blah blah. But like you said, actions. What have they done to push back against this nonsense that is with this indoctrination with the whole gender fluidity and all that nonsense? These conservative bros aren't doing anything, and then they're benefiting from it too, and they're not getting rid of their benefits. They're keeping it in case they want to do something stupid. They want to have that safety net for themselves also.
I tell you what I've been saying a lot lately, and I mean it when I say it. When people show you who they are, believe them. Believe
Yep,
them.
exactly. And then in these modern times, they are showing you who they are. And the fact that these colored folks, well, colored men in particular, don't want to believe it says a lot about them.
Yeah. Well, how many bodies does she got on her? If you have to ask that question, then you're in the wrong place. That's my personal opinion. Well, I mean, we all out here doing our thing. You don't even understand the basic system of how it works. When a man talks about the number of bodies he got, you round down. When a woman
You
tells
round up.
you the number she got, you round up. Everybody knows this, man, and you're not even applying the basic knowledge. And the church ones are the most dangerous because they do that whole "I'm a born again Christian, born again virgin" bullshit. I'm not doing anything until I get married. Yeah,
And
okay.
you know what's funny about the whole virginity thing? A lot of these Christian women, they don't even like male virgins. So they want men with experience. So it's a self inflicted problem when they say, oh, men are dogs. I'm like, no, you like dogs. So get out of here. Don't
Hmm.
gaslight me with this bullshit.
Yep. Yep. You like them so much, you created subsections, alphas and betas, so you can distinguish which ones are what, so you can get to them. Come on now, stop playing.
which is such a stupid way of thinking. Alphas and betas. It's like you guys really want to revert back to the animal way of thinking because I mean, my goodness, humans are more complex than that. Just because somebody claims to be an alpha does not mean they exhibit all the alpha ways of doing things. Likewise, with a beta, just because somebody you say is a beta does not mean that all of a sudden for their whole interactions they're beta. It and even a person who did the research on chimpanzees about the alpha and beta, even he said is much more complex than just saying this particular ape is an alpha or this particular ape is a beta. But people just took it and ran with it.
But that's a but excuse me, I'm sorry. But that's a given though. That's a given. Yeah, I mean, nothing you label is absolute. Everything has variations. Everything has shades of gray. Nothing is black and white.
Nuances.
Yeah, nuances. Thank you. Yeah, nothing's black and white. And like I said once before, that's one of the things that for for myself, it took me a while. That regardless of the anger, regardless of the disappointment, and this is one of the things that I think people who initially get in the red pill have to eventually move into that space where you have to stop being angry and accept things for what they are. This is the nature of the beast. If all the men in millennia haven't been able to change it, what made me think I could? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is just what it is. There's nothing to be upset about it for, or any of that. But and uh, this is going to continue. It's always going to continue, and it will to the end of time. To be honest with you, but yeah, it's nature of the beast, man. It's what they do.
Right. And Eisen even made the previous stream about not trusting old hoes. Yeah, okay, that's true. But you can't trust these young ones either.
Well, you can't trust any of them, to be quite frank,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
again,
pretty
at
much.
the end of the day, it's the nature of the beast. It's how they are. The only difference between the two is one has more experience. I mean, one has more experience at pulling it off. That's the only difference. That's the only difference.
Right.
Um, but they all do it. And again, it's nothing to get upset about. This is their nature. Now, don't get me wrong, they are being a bit excessive in some things, but again, when the cat's away, you know what I mean? So, yeah. And
Oh, also to say something about the topic. So when it comes to the manipulation of female, even outside of the secular standpoint, even when it comes to how they trafficking, they have a female cohort, or when they're trying to rob someone's house, they always have the female cohort to, make the man or woman open up, and then they could attack.
oh yeah, I said that months ago when somebody was talking something about, that dumb nonsense about when it all starts going bad, and society gets bad, women will fall back in line, and I just busted up laughing. Yeah, okay, if you think so.
Yeah, I just
and I, and
decided
I,
to
and
bring
I,
you
and I,
guys up
I
because
yeah. And I said, yeah, and then, some chick will come to the door with a baby crying, I need help, I need help. You open the door, and from the sides, two dudes come out and take you and all your shit. Yeah, nah, I'm not doing that.
Yep. And plus, they were already proven wrong, Lawrence. Look at what happened. They were on OF during these hard times. They didn't want to run back to him and like, please, I need your help, my kings.
Man, look, yeah, you can look around in real time and see what it looks like. Whether it be India. No, you know what? Venezuela is a good
Yeah, that's a
example.
great example.
Venezuela
Yeah.
is a great example. If you want to see how it's really gonna go look at Venezuela.
Oh, Lars, thank you for reminding me.
say
So,
say again.
I would say thank you for reminding me. So last night, I did a stream about the politics and economics of the Weimar Republic and how
Yeah, I
they
got that in
made,
my playlist. I got to check that out from
yeah,
1920s, right?
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and they made some crucial mistakes that caused hyperinflation, retaining political figures from the last regime and everything. So I had somebody to leave me a comment, and I should have took a picture of it. Somebody left a comment telling me you got it all wrong. Hyperinflation is not what killed the Weimar Republic. I'm like, wow.
Did he say what did?
He said the Nazis killed the Weimar Republic.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Oh, for crying out loud. Okay.
See,
All right. All right.
This
All right.
performative wokeness, I swear.
He is aware that he's, I guess he's not. Never mind. Never mind.
I'm just like,
Because you
do
still had a couple
people
of years. You still had a couple of years to go before even the brown shirts made an appearance.
exactly?
They didn't keep track
And
of time, Lawrence.
say again.
They weren't keeping track of the time.
Yeah, because you had a couple of years to go before the brown shirts came along, and the brown shirts eventually turned into the Nazi Party.
And I'm just like, look, we first off we talked about the reparations and how it actually drove Germany's economy even further down because of it and the hyperinflation. All of this information about economics, and you want to argue that that didn't happen and that it was the Nazis that destroyed Germany? Ah,
No, no. As
Hey,
a matter
the Legion of Black.
as a matter of fact, them being the 1920s, the treaty had a big part to play in that too.
yeah, and we went over.
Because that treaty decimated Germany, man.
Lars, we went over that on last night. How me and my co-host, we of the belief that the Treaty of Versailles actually was implemented to keep Germany from becoming a powerhouse nation. Like it was literally designed to keep Germany's economy down for who
Yep,
knows how long.
yep.
But somehow the Nazis was the one that destroyed Germany.
No, 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 no. It's because of that treaty and that hyperinflation is how they eventually gained power. But that's not what caused the whatever. Whatever. That's what you just sometimes you just want to find a mountain and just stop talking to people. You
Yes,
know what I'm saying?
yes.
I mean, you just want to remove yourself from human contact because you're coming to the conclusion you just can't. I mean, you just like read a book, you Philistine. Anyway, I'm sorry, that was uncalled for. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, no. I probably would have said the same thing because it's like, first off, the information is out there for you to check it out. I mean,
Exactly.
the difference of inflation, hyperinflation, why it's not a good idea to import foreign loans as an economic downturn. All that information is out there. If you cannot find it, that means you willfully don't want to know about it.
Yep. Yep.
And then to turn around and say that that's not what happened in history, it's like, bro, history is not based on opinions, it's based on facts.
Yep. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm responding to checking for you about something.
Oh no, no,
Yeah. Sorry
I
about
was just,
that.
yeah, it was just amazing. It's like, because we're doing another part talking about the politics and the economics because we really want to hit up on the Weimar Constitution and how even that has some flaws in it. But it's like already in somebody wants to send a comment like that's not how that's not what happened to the Weimar Republic. It was the Nazis that destroyed it. It's like I can't argue with you about this. I got history on my side.
Well, see, here's the funny thing. Based on what you said, right? What you just said, and let me read what checking for you just put in. The E word, i.e., economics, is hard for N words to wrap their hard heads around, right? Now, the reason I wanted to read that at the end of what you said, because I'm going to say something here that applies to both. And it's something I said on MOTs about a month ago when he was talking about helmet heads and policy. Before you can talk to them about policy, maybe we should make sure they know what policy is.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We can talk to them about economics, but let's make sure they know what economics is first before we have the conversation. Yeah, let's talk to them. We can talk to them about history. Let's make sure they know what history means before. Yeah, I mean, I know it sounds absolutely insane. I know it does, but this is the type of people we're up against, and we're outnumbered.
Right, and even
We are.
I
We are.
had a
Yeah.
similar thought
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Zero. I know you tried, man. I've watched a lot of your streams, man. You know I have. I know you tried. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, there was one time I had told you that as a teacher, sometimes you got to realize you're incapable of helping your students any further, and you gotta let them go, or something like that. I said,
Yeah. My bad. I'm back, y'all.
"No, you good. You
All
good.
right, well, we
No,
didn't
we
lose
good.
you.
We good."
Glad Zero
But
hopped in the chat.
yeah, Zero. Yeah, come on up if you want. But yeah, Zero. Like I said, man, dude, you ain't got to tell us, man. We've listened to your streams, bro. we know. We
Yeah,
know, man. We know.
and
We
when
know.
we talked to Zero, we chopped it up a little bit on Aegon's like the higher thinking topics, and then Zero and I were previously having an exchange about when it comes to macroeconomics, like where the money is moving, specifically when it comes to lifestyle. The lifestyle that's funding it, that's going to be what's most promoted wherever
Right.
most of the money's going. And I'm like, that's simple economics with there, but Negroes don't have the sharpness to notice that. And it's like, yeah, you can't teach it to them, Zero.
They
Man,
notice it. They notice it. They just don't want to change spending money on pussy they'll never get.
let me tell you something. I had gotten to an argument with somebody from another stream, and it was about Zero. No, I'm dead
I
ass.
believe you. No, I believe you're serious. No, I
And
believe you.
I was saying something about building a. It was something about building a real community, if I remember correctly. And I was saying, I don't believe in communitize, at least not the way you guys are talking about it. Blah 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 blah. And I they said something about the type of people that should be in it. And it was, religious leaders, this, that, and et cetera, and so on. And I had said, and I guess they got upset because being a Hebrew Israelite, I said, I disagree with that. I would just as soon pick somebody like Zero and MOT before I pick a religious leader. And they, and
Yes.
they got tight as hell. What kind of bullshit is that? You ain't really talking about building no real community if you ain't got real spiritual leaders involved. It says building a community has nothing to do with
Oh,
spiritual leaders, man. Building a community is about bringing in people who can show how to be one unified whole to make sure that community works together.
Hey,
It
The
has to do
Lawrence,
with
let me
spirituality,
capable
let you in on
leaders.
something.
yeah, make it capable. Dude, they were tight. They were tight. And I'm like, come on,
Hey,
man, this is common sense, bro. I mean, look. Don't think because I'm a man of faith means I'm gonna throw away logic and common sense. That's not how it works, bro. That's
All it
not how it
is
works.
all it was is wait. You want to do this shit without us, nigga? That's all it was.
That's exactly
but you
what
know
it
what?
was. That's
But
exactly what
Lawrence,
it was.
but Lawrence has a point because a perfect example of that is look at Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Mm,
Malcolm X was more economically sound. The
yes.
Yes.
arguments that he had literally could help to change Black America's way of thinking.
Yep.
But yet, who was the forefront runner? Who was the one
Mm.
that they wanted to follow his way of thinking? MLK. That should
Because
tell you right there.
MLK was begging for shit, and Malcolm was saying, "Let's just go get our
Well,
own shit."
not only that. Here's the thing. Hey, do niggas were ready to go back away? He's gonna have to fight for some shit. They thought they could be nice, and then white America would just kind of, okay, we feel sorry. Nah, this shit ain't gonna work. They felt that MLK's way was the way of least resistance.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem was you was gonna get resistance no matter what. These folks don't care.
Yeah, which they did. I mean, here you are peacefully protesting, and they water hosing and sicking dogs on you. Come on, man.
Yeah.
No revolution is done peacefully. I'm sorry,
No.
it just isn't.
Yeah.
Never.
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Zero said it many times. power isn't given. You have to take it. And by take it, I mean, hey, look, hey, somebody's gonna have to, hey, they gonna have to burn.
Yeah, and if it's a question of not being able to take it, then your only option left is to leave and go find and create your own. Those are your only
Yes.
two options.
Yeah.
And not to be
Lawrence, I
funny.
gotta tell you something.
Yeah.
So you know how you mentioned earlier you had the community talk. So
Oh, geez, I'm
earlier
tired of
on
this. Yeah.
Aegon's, we had a reset on that also about power, and I'm thinking to them like, y'all talking about power, but the community talk can't even get their families together. So you can't talk to me if you can't even get your house together.
Yeah, because that's the foolishness of it. You want to create a nation. You know, you can't even clean your own backyard. What are you talking about? I mean, what are you talking about? I mean, it doesn't make any damn sense. You can't
But
even
look, they
clean
didn't
your own
respond to my
house.
comment either. Like they can't answer that.
Yeah, I mean, it's man, it's just dumb. And like I said, I have no intentions on being part of a nation or a community that revolves around the power of pussy. Because as I've said on numerous occasions, pussy is not a currency in my kingdom. It's not. And I'm not doing any alliances. I'm not drafting any treaties. I mean, it's not going to happen. It's just not. You know, and like I said, when you come down to it, like I said, the women, black women in particular, have a tendency to fall in one of three categories when you talk about biblical women. It's going to be Deborah, it's going to be Ruth, and it's going to be Mary Magdalene. And none of those work for me. None of them. Because, like I said, the first one is not going to come in my house and tell me that they're going to rule and be in charge because God said so. We're not having that. The second one, like I said, being a foreigner, I can come in here and do whatever I want because, you know, I can just go anywhere and be who I am and you just have to take it. Not doing that either. Mary Magdalene. Well, I can do whatever I want. You have to forgive me because, you know, the Savior forgave her. I'm not doing that either. I don't reward bad behavior. You know what I mean? Come on, it's not going to work for me.
Yeah. Well, hey, gentlemen, I gotta drop down to do some
Yeah.
overtime work, but I'll be listening in from the chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
All
good?
right,
Because
peace, Sigma.
Sure.
we about to wrap it up. I ain't gonna be on here too much longer. I got some more stuff to do. But appreciate you for coming up, Sigma.
Yeah.
But
So, you know, but like I said, man, you know, this series ought to be real interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
This series ought to be real interesting.
Yeah.
You made me crawl back out of my hole again, man. But
Yeah, I think this will be a good series. And just somehow I looked up on finding the thumbnail. I thought that was perfect for this one. So
yeah,
we'll see what we got in store and what's more to come.
yeah. But like I said, man, it is. But this is the nature of the beast. That's all. And we're like I said, we're at a point of no return. We couldn't turn back now if we wanted to. I mean,
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, the brakes are off.
Oh
You should just know that
yes, a critical mass.
yeah,
Hey,
critical mass. Oh, nine yards.
the reactor is finna blow, and
Mhm.
hey, just go ahead. Hey, if you ain't got your radiation suit on and get away from the blast, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, and that's what I keep saying. The only thing you can do, man, is prep yourself, and you know, keep your head down from all the flying debris and bodies. But that's about all you. That's about all you can do. That's about all you can do. And don't open no door for no chick. Don't open no
Yep, there
door.
might be some
Lawrence,
dudes waiting for you.
Lawrence, you're wasting your breath. Go ahead, open the door for the women. Go ahead.
Yeah.
These are what they want to, man. So I'm not gonna tell them not to do it. I'm gonna tell them go ahead and do it.
I'm gonna do better, Isaac. I'm just gonna tell them nothing at all.
And I saw something somewhere. Some dude was talking about get ready, hyperinflation is gonna make women come back or something like that. I'm like, oh, good God, oh, you gotta be kidding! They're crazy. They're crazy.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, Zeno. I had that I had that Friday night, man. Yeah, it's Korean barbecue. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Man, yeah, I wish I had some Korean barbecue around here.
Yeah. It was pretty good. Yeah, I had that. Didn't feel like cooking, so I had that for Shabbat.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it was really good. It's really good. But yeah, like I said, man, it's gonna be a good series, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have fun with this one. It's just it's gonna be fun to see all the Black Widows I can pull out the bag on this one and
Oh man,
so
way too many.
It's too many, but you gotta
Eve, Jezebel, Sarah. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Eve's been done too many times. Yeah.
What about Sarah?
Sarah and Hagar. Yeah, baby mama drama.
Yeah, that'd be funny. That would be
that'll
funny.
be a good one.
I told you to sleep with her. I'm mad you slept with her. But you told me to sleep with her. But I'm mad now because you had a child. But you told me to have a child because we need the air. I don't care. My feelings have changed. I mean, hey, what's up, MOT?
Oh, MOT.
Yeah, what's good, MOT?
What's good?
Wow. Chill out. No, just sit back, just listening to it, man. Man, this has to be on a bigger stage, Isaac, man. This is such I don't want to swap this stuff, man, but we have to have the conversation. Then we bring on Rod of God with his actual level.
No, man, dude, no. Yesterday was enough, man. Yesterday was enough.
And I missed part of it. I missed most of that because I was having to do some stuff.
No, he took me there, bro.
I knew you got up there. I was like, oh no, they done real noise.
He took me there. He did. It took a little while, but he took me there. And I had to let him know where to go. I did. I had to do it. Man.
So I've already understood that if this grows over here, I already know I'll have the religious helmets over here, and it's gonna be quite the sideshow.
Mm-hmm. So, any thoughts on Deborah, MOT?
Oh no, it's pretty. And most Deborahs that I've ever met within my life, exact same way, with the exception of one woman. Most Deborahs are so on point with the story. Don't know where their name came from. Don't know how old that name is.
Nope. They never do.
Yeah.
They never do. And Zero, to hell with you. Talking about Rod is amazing. Yeah, man.
Hey, this is it's an entertainment for him, and it's the only thing you can do is just laugh at most of these people, man.
And that's why I leave all of them to you guys. You're more equipped for it than I am because I'm too old. I'm like Nagone. I'm getting like Nagone, man. I ain't got no patience for that shit no more. I just don't. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
And I'm not gonna lie, man. For me, religious helmets are always the worst.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, because they never see any logic whenever they look at the book. So it's like, yeah, y'all done. I just can't.
Man,
I'm wasting my time.
Eisen, this guy couldn't even answer questions that were asked of him because I think Aegon kept asking him something about Moses, if I remember correctly. Dude couldn't even respond to it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, now you being circular. What's circular about asking a question, you moron?
Yeah. Because he asked him a logical question, not a feeling-based one.
I'm like, yo, this dude is finished, man.
But I mean, and I don't hate the dude, but I mean, there's nothing. I mean, what greatness could I expect from a dude who has the moniker Rod of God? I mean, I don't know.
Well, the funny part is the vast majority of his time up there was talking to us, and I don't care what anybody says. He was trying to use. He was trying to use. Huh?
Oh, okay.
He was trying to shame us into working with undesirables.
Oh yeah.
I don't care what nobody else says. That's how I
Color
saw it.
folks. Color
Yeah,
folks.
yeah. That's how I saw it.
Yeah.
That's how I took it. That's how I interpreted it. That's how I accepted.
CFAs, man. Color Folks Anonymous.
Yeah,
Yep.
so yeah, I would. Yeah, I probably just would have told him, well, why don't you just go lay down off in a bed of pit vipers? Then just lay down and there, go to sleep.
I did. I
You told him that?
I threw the casting pearls to swines thing at him.
Oh, what did he do?
He paused for a minute. He's like, "Oh yeah, I see your point. I see your point." And then he went right back into it.
Then went right back to it again.
Yeah.
Reset.
I'm sorry, MOT. Say that again.
Said he got it. 2 seconds later, arguing against the point that you just made.
Yep, that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did.
It's one of those. I agree, but
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, MOT, man. Hey, y'all got the patience of a saint, because I can't deal with them niggas, man.
Yo, man,
I can't do it, man.
Dude, by the time it was said and done, he had like 4.5 hours of doing that shit. And I burnt out, man, because I was trying to say something to him, and he kept accusing me like he was doing everybody else, to be honest with you, about being circular or this. And I'm like, would you shut the fuck up? Like, let somebody finish a statement before you come back at something and shit. And then he said something, and it went like another 5 minutes, and he said something, man, and I was done. I like, yo, man, you need get your punk ass out of here, man. Get the fuck off this panel.
Zero said, look at it this way, Rod is super positive about his faith, without all the trying to beat you into Christianity or moral monopolization. I can't. Oh, he did.
Wait, say again, MOT?
Like, what they don't understand is, like, I just went through the keep it positive thing with my brother, being in the situation that he's in. The Rod of God niggas showed up.
Yep.
Yes. And they was like, well, keep it positive. I'm like, well, how come you're not giving everybody updates like it's supposed to be? Well, there ain't no updates to my liking. And then you go back home in Mississippi, they getting updates on a daily basis, but they ain't telling us shit. So it's like they want to look leaders to motherfuckers who they can be leaders to, and people who they can't be leaders to, they just ignore. It's like, that's not how leadership works, dude.
Nope. Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
And like I said, I can't really say much about Rod just because of the simple fact. Not gonna lie. Whenever it's difficult for me to stick around.
Listen, man, I used to be Rod of God. When I first started being part of the church, and if I could just gaslight and shut niggas down with what it's kind of like, and I said the term, God said it, I believe it, that settles it. That's the
Wow. Yeah, I've never been that bad. I've never been that bad.
Yeah, me either, man. Me either.
I used to be that dude.
Damn.
I've never been that bad. Yeah.
I've never been that bad.
Can you believe I used to be that fucking bad for real?
I did. I would pay good money to see clips of that. I really would.
Oh yeah, that'd be entertaining.
No, you don't. God no.
That'd be entertaining.
No. I used to be that dude. I used to be that, and once I heard that, it was like the Green Lantern oath of gaslighting, man. Anti-religious niggas. And they was like, it's kind of what Steve Harvey said, slavery? Man, fuck slavery.
Man, yo, like I said, man, he can keep all that, man. You guys can deal with him because he made my list. I'm done.
I can't.
Yeah, I mean, he's up there with Beasley and Ism and the rest of them, man. He made my list. I can't do it.
Oh, Beasley.
I can't even do it.
Damn. I won't put Rod as far as Beasley, but damn, he is pretty. I can't say shit to Beasley. I can't say shit to RBR either. Now, hey, I do like listening to RBR go at other people. That shit is funny, but
You know what? You know what? If you don't believe it, me and RBR invited me on the show, and we had a civil discussion after I ran off the Super Mario Star of ignorance. We actually had a fucking decent conversation. It took an hour and a half to do so because I knew it was going to be some run up to running off this bullshit that he wanted to get off in front of my face. But once we did, we were actually able to have a conversation about shit.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, I do agree with Zero on that. I can say, that one time I was on the panel, he was up there. I have never heard him, default to white supremacy. I can't say that. So I give him points for that.
Hey, Dorian, I'm going to give you the same answer I gave Zero. You can go to hell, man. That was rough, man. That was rough, Dorian. I'm sorry, bro. That was rough. Because first of all, everybody who knows me, I've already made it abundantly clear. I don't do rap. I don't. I mean, unless it's the old stuff like Sugar Hill Gang and stuff like that I grew up with. But I don't do rap. And then on top of that, you want me to listen to it from people that I've already made it abundantly clear I do not like. So that was painful, man. That was painful, bro.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm sorry, MLT, go ahead.
Sigma Jones just made a very clear and blatant point to where everybody should have logged off from the live stream.
What?
He said everybody should close the fucking YouTube and stop listening.
Yeah, I had to correct him on this. Because he was saying he didn't have hope. And then I said, wait, hold on, nigga. I was like, you said you ain't got hope, but you don't think that men are here? The whole reason for them to be here is to get a bitch? They got here about bitches.
I
just left a live stream for everybody listening. I just left a live stream with Hood Conservative. On the panel with Sister George and Concrete Rose talking about liberal women. I had to bring up to him that he's a conservative. Why are you concerned about these conservative fucking? Why are you even on this panel?
Because they just come again. We're talking about female framework. They come in to get attention.
No. They are coming.
What you got?
They are coming to see if they can talk the colored woman into caring.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
And that was the Hood Conservative's point when he was up there. Don't these women understand that they're destroying the future? I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Not only do they have a smoking gun, they have a smoking gun and a fucking sword dripping with blood. They know.
Well, it goes back to what Sigma said when he was up here earlier, man. These guys are desperate to have women lead. They're just desperate to have women lead. They'll do anything for the sake of being near the pussy.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. And like you said before, Eisen, and I think Zero has said it. It's just for the chance of it. Not even that they're actually get it. It's just for the
possibility
chance.
of
the possibility. Yeah. So I mean, man, yeah, boy. Woo.
Yeah. Hey, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. And that's why I had said what I did earlier. Yeah, they definitely wanted Deborah to come up and lead them because, like I said, by her coming, they think she's going to bring more pussy. And she brings more pussy, that gives them the possibility of having access to it. That's it, in a nutshell. That's it in a nutshell.
Actual large guy, if you want your heart to explode, click on the link.
Click on the link. What link?
Oh, hell.
Yep.
Oh, what is?
Yeah,
hey, you gonna make his heart explode?
Hold on a second.
Your doctor friends.
This is what?
These are your doctor friends.
Oh hell.
Oh
PhD.
gosh.
I'm not looking at that shit. Get the fuck out of here.
I didn't ask you to listen. I just asked you to just look at the title.
I saw the title. Get the fuck out of here, man. See, here's the problem I have. Here's the problem I have with you. And you and Zero and Eisen and Aegon. Y'all know how I'm like. You guys know who I am. You know what I'm like. I think you guys just do this because you're just waiting to hear me say something.
Yeah.
And you're all going to go to hell for that.
Don't worry, man. I have a pre-book. I have a pre-book seat in the lake of fire.
Gasoline draws on.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, now you sound like my. Yeah, now you sound like.
Spanish suite with the fucking Hitler upgrade.
Yeah, now you sound like my cousin William because he got a train. He got a train seat. And I was like, "Why a train?" He said, "Because I want to take my time. I want to see the landscape." I was like, "You stupid. you stupid. You stupid." He said, "I want to do the cross country route, man. I want to see where I'm going, man." I was like, "Yeah, okay, you're done. you're done." But geez, man, that's ridiculous.
Hey.
Well, the real RCRT stand up. Good God Almighty, that's just. I just,
Yeah.
I just,
Pimpin' whole degree niggas.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they can keep all that, man. They can keep all that. That's why I don't talk to them. I don't deal with them. I can't do it.
When you like tenure, man, this is the shit that you were forced to do.
I have no idea. I know yesterday on Agon's, I can't remember who I was having a conversation with. I mean, I know CSIT was there and stuff like that, but I was talking about the importance and yeah, it was CSIT. I was talking about the importance and the acknowledgement of what philosophy really is about and what it's supposed to entail. And none of these guys are it.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally go against the entire concept of what a philosopher is supposed to be. It makes no sense to me. It just literally makes no damn sense to me. No philosopher worth his grain of salt would be doing this because it's antithetical to the whole thing. I can't get it. I can't wrap my head around
There's
it.
your answer. You
Well, yeah,
said no philosopher worth their grain of salt. That means they're not worth their grain of salt.
Get the salt and bread.
Yeah.
Take it.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
but yeah, but like I said, I can't do it because I know somebody has said something to me about getting together with them and talking and sharing my thoughts on it. And I'm like, why would I share my thoughts with people who I know are absolutely going to go against it? It's like when talking about all those other channels. I have no time for that. No time.
You don't want to talk to the fucker philosophers, man. You don't want to go up.
No, man. I don't feel like pulling it out the mud, man. I don't get that. But yeah, I don't understand them. I really don't. Oh, this is Johnson who's hosting this. Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Why not?
No, I thought it might be the G with the PhD or Gorilla or whatever he goes on.
Still in the same group of people.
No. It is the same group of people. I just thought this was his channel. I scrolled down and I saw it was Johnson. Yeah, they can keep all that. they can keep all that. I'd rather go someplace where how can I put this?
Fucker philosophy isn't happening.
No. I'd rather be someplace. I'd rather be someplace where real shit is being worked out. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah, but that's not with these niggas.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I'd rather be here and doing something that literally leads to a positive outcome as opposed to simply being another shill who's only adding on another layer of shit to a mountain of shit that's already too high. you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So I and like I said, I've been here long enough. You guys know me. When I say that shit, I mean that shit. I'm not trying to be part of that. I'm just not. I have no patience for it. And like I said earlier, I know I said it as a joke, but I was being honest. I'm getting older. I'm getting more like Nagone. I just rather not fucking deal with you. Just go, man. Just go. Just leave me the fuck alone. Just leave me the fuck alone. You know.
So no fucker philosophers for.
Yeah, I think it's a no.
Yeah,
Like
that's it.
God, he was like, but you can't quit because the forces of evil will win. I'm like, well, why don't they win? We want them to win. Why not? They're already ahead.
Well, okay. Well, for me, I want them to win. That's my take. I want the side of evil to win. That's my game plan. Because the sooner they do, the sooner this will be over. The sooner it'll burn down. The sooner we can get back to the task at hand. So it's not even that I believe evil should win. I just want it to because we can get to work. I mean, it's just a means to an end to me. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's how I feel.
Right.
That's why I'm a big proponent of letting it burn down. Like I say, I have no true desire to see anybody hurt, but at the same time, I have no true desire to see these people walking around continuing to hurt others.
Mm.
So let it burn. Let's get it back down to the soil, and then get to it. And start rebuilding, start regrowing. And if it can't be done, then fuck it, salt the bitch, and never let another thing grow. Maybe it might be a nihilistic. I don't know, but that's how I feel about it.
No,
And yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
To them, it's nihilistic because you're supposed to continue to give them a chance. That's what it's not like nihilism would be the actual idea that you never listened or you never understood. This is your point of view across the board without even thinking about it. Like they don't understand that we have already looked at this shit, and this is the prognosis.
Well, that's the problem. Well, that's the problem because here, and I could be wrong because, like I said, I don't listen to them. But I'm so right now. What I'm doing is just guessing, and I'm actually making it personal feelings. So let me make that abundantly clear. The way I see it, from what I've heard about them, and from what I've listened to you guys talk, my assumption is that they automatically assume we don't know shit.
Yeah.
They automatically assume we haven't studied this. They automatically assume we're people who just came into this place automatically in this, we just don't know nothing. We need to break it down to you. You have a misunderstanding. You don't know how to think. That's not the proper way. All that good shit. That right there seems to be the biggest problem that I see with them. And as long as they do that, they're going to be wrapped up into the same save the community bullshit. And the only reason they're trying to save the community is because they're trying to make themselves feel better about what they failed to do and what the people that they knew in their lifetime failed to do. And so what they're trying to figure out is how to force those of us who did understand it and made the right moves, how to bring us back to show them how to do what they failed to do, and to just willingly give up our shit for them to have access to make it happen.
Correct.
And at the end of the day, they fail to understand that we don't like them, never will, never have, kiss my ass, go away. Don't even go away mad, just go away. So, and that's so.
No, that's part of the deal.
So, yeah, so when they sitting there and they doing all this stuff about policies, procedures, yada yada yada. I said it earlier in this stream that I had said on one of your streams about a month ago. Before we can talk to them about policy, let's make sure they understand what a policy is. because in our own way, we're doing damage to ourselves by trying to explain to dumbasses how something works when they don't even know what the fuck it is.
They don't even care about what it is because fixing the problem would actually get rid of their position. That's right.
Yeah. And yes, checking for you. That is correct. That is correct. It's a straight up choice.
Yeah,
It's a
it is.
straight up choice. You know, when you can sit there and you can literally Google something from your own house. You know what I mean? And start studying it, figuring it out, etc. And so like with the economic plan that you did, that stream on MOT.
Yeah, yeah.
When you, Mike V, myself, Nagone, we went through it. To the best of my knowledge, we're still the only ones who read it.
Only one.
We're still the only one. We're still the only four that have read it. I haven't had anybody else said that they read it. And that was a good chunk of paper because we were cracking jokes about how many pages it was. So yeah, I mean this is what they want. Let it be. Like I said, let them have it. Let them suffer the consequences of their choices. Let them fall on the wrong side of history. That's gonna be on them and their bloodline or whatever else they got left. I don't care. I really don't. I can't stress that enough. There's a reason I say the things I do on your stream, this stream, Agon stream, etc., and so on. I say these things because I want a literal record of myself saying it out loud. I want a record of it. So
Well,
when
you
people
got
see,
it.
because when people see it, okay, that's not the dude I want to fuck with. Or if I get out of line or do something stupid, pull up that fucking video. Yo, Lawrence, yo, man, that's not what you said before. I want that. That's how it should be. You know, like I said, I might be extreme in some of this. I don't know. Everybody's got their own interpretation, but that's just where I stand on it. What is that, Zero? Separation is on autopilot. It's not even in the control of the people who agree. You want to change what building about this. When the bottom falls out, people fall. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. There's no doubt to that. There's no doubt to that whatsoever. That's why I'm building what I'm building.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, that's why I'm building what I'm building.
We're building Noah's Ark. We're building Noah's.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't think about it like that, but that's a good analogy. No,
Yeah.
I mean, you're laughing,
no,
but
it is a good analogy.
but until he said it, I didn't realize that. That's technically what I'm doing. I didn't even think about that. And everybody else,
right now.
yeah. Well, yeah, we both are. Yeah, so I mean, everybody should be trying to figure out building something similar to that. Maybe not to the same degree we are, but something.
Yeah.
Don't just sit there and watch it happen around you and do nothing about it, man. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's a good example. I never thought about that until you said it, MOT.
Yeah.
Noah's Ark. Well, there you go. There you go. Well, let's swim. Let's swim. But yeah, but like I said, I'm sorry. I started rambling on a bit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that because I know you said you had some stuff to do.
Yeah. We gonna get up out of here. I want to thank Sigma for coming to the panel as well as Black Curls. Man of tomorrow. What you got before we get out of here, sir? Always a pleasure.
Not much, man. Just keep your hope up high.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. Oh, damn. Oh, that's good. That was good.
It was. Lawrence, wait, hold on. So seriously, does MOT know about the intellect niggas and game nigga team up freestyle session?
Oh man, you still asking about that?
Yeah.
Yo, MOT, they made me listen to that shit last night, man.
I'm not.
Well, actually, early this. Huh?
I knew it happened. Niggas have emailed me about it, and I told them if you email me about this shit twice, I'm not responding to this email to let you know that I didn't see your email. If you email me this shit one more time, you will never be able to have the right to email me again about anything else.
Hell no. Yeah, yeah. This is the first time I'm hearing about it. Well, damn.
Yeah, they actually they did it live like early this morning, and like around 2 or 3, and Agon was playing it, man. And I thought Zero was gonna die from laughing so hard, man.
Damn. Wow. That's funny.
Yeah. What,
That's
Omega
funny.
Dreads, we fighting in 2030? What the hell? What? I'm in. I'm
You
in.
have
I'm
a
in.
metal arm by then, man.
Well, hold on. I'm in high hopes. Lawrence forgets. Forgets what?
Probably talking about the whole team up shit freestyle.
Man, I tried to burn. Yeah, man. I literally got off the panel and came back after they got done. And Zero kept telling me,
Oh,
no, man, you got to stay. You got to suffer through this too. Hell no, I do. No, I don't. I
yeah.
put it on mute. And then after that, I got off the panel. I waited for a
Oh,
little bit, came back on, man. No, sir. No,
oh
sir.
no. He said he's hoping that you actually forget that y'all are gonna have that fight in 2030.
It's okay. All right. Well, 2030. Nah, man. I hope. Yeah, man. Hopefully, I'll be looking at a sunset, bro. I ain't gonna be thinking about fighting. I'll be gone. I'll be gone. I'll be gone, 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 gone. And I was saying that to Check-in earlier in the chat when he was talking about, how he's been doing, like I was talking about, with like people are just so dumb. You got to separate yourself from them. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, you
And
got
find a place where they're not around. And I was telling them, yeah, I'm working on it. And like I said, when I'm gone, I'm gone. There will not be an announcement. I'm
to.
just gone.
But yeah, and yeah, that always goes on Zero. It always goes on.
But bad regarding progress with me. He said, yeah. Well, don't worry about it, Omega. I already got one of those. So I already got
Yeah.
one of those.
Well, all right, Lawrence, what you got before we get out of here?
Oh man, I'm not following that up after MOT, man. I'm not following. I'm just telling everybody it was good seeing you. Shalom and have a good day. That's because that was like following up with that thing with Sigma
Don't be
with
a
don't
nigga.
yeah.
Don't be a nigga. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta let it land how it lands, man. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Well, all right, yeah. Man, I had fun with this one. There's going to be more to come on these Black Widows of the Bible. This shit is going to be fun. Yeah, I know I ain't shit either. So I'm going to have fun with this. Got to think about who'll be next, and just kind of we just kind of go with the flow on this series. But hey, you can go ahead and be a hospital gal nigga if you want to. Peace.